What's up, guys? Had a little work to do, so I'm not at home tonight. So I just figured I'd turn the camera on. Let y'all join me. I get caught up here in a few minutes. I may sit down and read chat, have some conversation. Doesn't really have a name. I made this for a local buddy of mine, big chap. It's a big ass knife, kind of matches his personality, I think. But I got to get a sheath made for it, and I had a little glue spot back there I missed somehow, so that's what I was doing just now, is cleaning that off. Ryan knows big chap. Not planning on doing a whole bunch of heavy grinding tonight or anything. I really don't have a whole lot of heavy grinding to do. I got a good bit of stuff I need to kind of finish up though. Do some touch-up work on, if you will. Right now I gotta get this sheath knocked out and get that out of the way. And we'll sit down, we'll have a talk. That's all right, we go. Apologize, my camera work's not very good. I heard me say it before, Kydex is the only thing this bandsaw cuts good. But at least it does that. I'd hate to be over here with a 4.5 inch grinder trying to cut out Kydex. Go over here and turn the oven on. Get it warming up. We're doing a standard pancake sheath on this, not the taco style. It's a little too big for taco. Got our Kydex cut out. We'll get that heated up in a minute and get ready to press it. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Uncle Fester? Do I look like Uncle Fester? I'll take it, I guess. Josh Branson, how you doing, buddy? Ground Fog, Tyler, Paul Mills. Glasses. Good point, Janet. I do need glasses on. That was a very good point. Let me go stick these in the oven. Let them be heating up. I just remembered we broke the Kydex press last time I was here, so I got to come up with a temporary fix for that right quick. Forgot all about that little snafu. So I guess we're gonna have to come up with something else to use. I just got the one to do, so there's no point building a whole nother press for now in a hurry. Kind of built this one in a hurry, and well, the results show that. It kind of sucks. I don't know if I can get another one out of it or not. It cracked the wood. I think I could lay it over here on the side and get away with it. With one more use. Nothing to lose. I'll give it a shot. First, I gotta get the blade taped up. I'm bad to forget that sometimes. It worked out on the last one. Sometimes it does not. A lot of times it gets so tight, can't get the knife out of it. But I took that last one out a little early while it was still warm, so it kind of loosened up a little bit. Pure luck that it worked out like it did, though. So get this blade taped. I know there's some wider tape here somewhere. That's what I was looking for. I mean, it does belong to Mig Head. If I could locate it right quick in a hurry, I'll use it. Not a big deal if I can't. I got some over here, just a little narrow. How you doing, Kathleen? Ron Crow, how are you? You can watch all kinds of tutorials on making Kydex sheaths. In all honesty, they're probably all correct. You know, it's they're all a means that somebody has found of making it work. What works for them. I'm sure many of them would say my way's the wrong way. I don't know. All this tape is for is to create a little bit of an air gap so it's not too tight. For those of you who typically join me on Sunday and dislike vertical lives, I apologize, but I had things to do, so here I am, vertical. I've not been utilizing my time like I should be. Message redacted. Who redacted Ryan Ellis's message? Unless he did. Paul, you're right. I'm doing it wrong. And I probably do need to study Kydex a little more and spend a little more time perfecting it, because my sheaths aren't great, but they work, but they don't look like, they come out of a production facility either. That's all right. It's all good. Give that a minute to heat up. Had a good time over in OCD for EDC's live stream, making fun of Katy Perry. Not too many people took all that serious. It was all in fun. I guess I'm glad she got that opportunity to, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if they really went into space. It's funny, a lot of people are saying it never even left the ground. Shit, I don't know, man. I don't know what they did. Need to get scales put on 10W Fun Stuff's knife too. You guys remember I did that giveaway, and whoever won the knife gifted it back to P&W, and I've not delivered on that yet. The knife's done; it's ground. It's right here. I just got to get scales on it so I can get it to him. Oh, not quite hot enough yet. What's up, Michael Upchurch? That was cool seeing that Crucible Industries knife from Spyderco that Justin has. I have a feeling that thing's probably going to skyrocket on the secondary if they're only making 500 of it. That'll be interesting to see how much that gets up to. Okay, you've got an excellent memory, because I did not remember that. I knew somebody won it and gifted it back. Yeah, Tyler, absolutely. I sure do. And like I said, I had planned to heat treat that as well as many others this weekend, and I'm not going to make any excuses, guys, and I'm not going to get all drabby talking about why it didn't happen, but this camera looks a little fuzzy. But no, I did not get to heat treat this weekend. No good reason, no excuse other than my own, I don't know what to call it. But I'm going to go ahead and turn these lights on. Maybe that'll help with the picture some. There we go. There's Illuminati right there. What's up, buddy? Just be a couple more minutes for that heats up to a good temp. Get good and soft. Still a little firm for now. Looks like Mayhead cut his sleeves off while he was here. I don't know what's up with that. I haven't seen Kyle. Have you guys seen Kyle all day? I haven't seen or heard from Kyle all day today. I typically talk to Kyle every day. but I haven't seen him. I got some more steel on the way for some kitchen knives. I really want to get better at that. So I want to spend a little more time on some kitchen knives. That should be here Tuesday. I think that's right. Haven't seen Kyle me either. Y'all pretty rough on him, Dopey. Yeah, I went back and looked at my message. I found that message. I'll be honest with you, dude. I may have opened that in a time of, man, I don't know how to put it, but I may not have been in a good place when I read it. But I apologize. I didn't mean to ignore you. But I wanted to remind you, I started to send you a message. Dopey bought a blim of one of my very first knives. So he literally probably bought the worst knife I've ever made. Anyway, what I wanted you to know, Dopey, is you said something about buying one for me. When you do get ready to buy one for me, remember that every penny you spend on that first one, I will credit you on the next one. Because while it was a knife, it was a hardened piece of steel. It wasn't great. Me and you both know that. You bought it anyway. So when I make something that you like or you have an idea, whatever, I'm going to credit you that purchase price. There's Kyle. I'm glad to see you up and at it, Kyle. We were discussing the fact Molly got off easy tonight because you weren't there to torment her. This is going to be interesting using this broke clamp. Just kind of getting an idea of how everything. Yeah, I've got room. I should be able to make it happen. Still not quite soft enough. Like I said, I'm going to get this knocked out, then we're going to sit down and we'll chit chat. What's up, Todd Carr? War Room. Marco. Of course, Marco's here. Marco's always here. Usually here first, too. Old dependable Marco. What's up, Stabby Stokes? Go Capids. Yeah, that's the only problem with going vertical, dude. I have an even harder time reading the chat. It's getting pretty soft, but not quite soft enough. Getting messages from somebody pretty important. Try to work out I don't want to say a deal, but had a pretty prominent designer reach out to me We're gonna see about making a couple of knives for that guy. I'm more than excited about that. I'm actually honored, but don't want to release that information just yet until we get closer. Something can always happen. Not. Gloves on before I handle this hot Kydex. Never had it burn me, but it definitely gets hot enough to be uncomfortable. Is that me, head? Yeah. You gonna work or talk? I'm waiting on this Kydex to heat up, me head. Chill out. Already did a little work. Had the grinder on for a minute. I don't know what people come here for, to be honest. Do they want me to work, or they want me to sit down and talk? I'm really not sure. I have a feeling. One thing about the verticals, man, you always get some folks in with some weird questions, that's for sure. Get this clamped down. I will say this whatever my padding that I replaced, or I bought to replace this old stuff, does seem to be of better quality. The old stuff, you put hot Kydex in it and it would stick to it and tear it. This seems to be working a little better. And she's popping again like she's fixing to snap. Man, apparently that pine just wasn't tough enough to make a Kydex press out of. Or maybe I'm just cranking it down too damn tight. Oh yeah, it's broke good now. I can see it. Y'all can't see it, but that's one busted Kydex press. That ain't no good. Speaking of working or talking to me here, weather's nice. You could be here. You could be here working too, buddy. There's a whole house out there needs work on. Why ain't you at it? I'm out of firecrackers. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I know what I'm out of firecrackers means. I just don't know what it's in relation to. I was there all day. Are you asleep, big guy? Now, I haven't been asleep all day, but not much better. So I'm going to take that. I'll take it. because I definitely was not working or being productive. And all day yesterday. Yeah, I should have been here both days. No doubt about that. Mayhead, stop being petty. It's bad enough you look like a sissy. I don't even know what y'all are talking about. What did Mayhead do to look like a sissy? I'm going to give that a few minutes to mold and cool off and stiffen up. Had a weird thing happen, man. I brought this charger that I've had. Pretty sure it's just a cheap Amazon power bank, because my phone wasn't fully charged. So I thought, well, I'll take that. I can just plug it into it and not have to worry about my phone going dead. And by the time I got here, my phone had lost like 13% of its charge. And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure my phone was charging the power bank. Like the power was going the wrong direction. I don't know what's up with that. What do y'all think about a guy that builds a big 3-bay shop and it's got a big plush recliner sitting right in the middle of it? That's the kind of guy Meathead is. Well, what happened? Meathead wants to throw this chair out so bad he can't stand it. But I love it. I could just see Meathead on roller. I bet Meathead could rollerblade though. He's a lot more. Well, I know at least he used to be a lot more nimble than he looks. Joseph S. Hola, Uzbekistan. I don't know where that at. But I don't think they use. Well, I'd be shocked if I found out they used hola as a greeting. But whatever. My phone has done that before. It means you need a new cord or a new charging block. They lose efficiency. Yeah, my cord was fine. I just don't understand why. I mean, I've never used this charging bank before, but it showed it was fully charged, but I think it was sucking the juice out of my phone instead of putting juice in it. It's queer. Yeah, it was queer, because that's a correct use of that word. Germany is watching you. Awesome. Y'all make some pretty sweet knives in Germany. Germany's known for their knife making. Todd, I don't know. It's the cord that came with the phone. It's one of those those Type C turbocharged. It's Type C on both ends. If you use anything else, it'd take all night and it still won't fully charge it. Palmer, I know you love Germany. You just love Germany because that's where the Porsche comes from, right? Jitterbugs only charge one way. Dopey, it's good seeing you, buddy. I don't know how long I'll be. I was hoping to have a full battery, but I don't. What do y'all think about Meathead and his 4-post lift he hadn't installed yet? Well, one problem I found trying to charge my phone here at Meathead Shop is that there's no, I can't find a Type-C charging port in anything. It's all the big USB ports. And even if I could, it would probably be something stationary, so I can't carry it around with me. So there's that. I should have just plugged my phone up sooner. That was the answer. What the hell is that? Nigga, what you got going on in here, buddy? Yeah, I got the Milwaukee light down, but it doesn't have a Type-C port in it either. That's what I'm saying. My charge cable doesn't have a regular USB. It's Type-C on both ends. But you know, I wondered that, Todd, and I looked at it, and you may be right. That port may just be for charging the power bank itself, but there's only 3 ports on it, that one and 2 USBs right beside each other. And none of them are designated as ingoing or outgoing or anything like that. Yeah, that cord won't work. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Remember the last time you was over here and you plugged it into that lantern for me? It didn't charge at all. I've had that issue with this phone ever since I got it. The only thing that will charge it's the cord that came with it. It's a higher voltage or something, I don't know. I'm sure one of the young folks in here probably knows what I'm talking about. Let's see what this looks like. Well, we got a good form out of it. A whole bunch of excess to cut off. That's all right. I'm gonna do that right now. We can get some holes drilled in this thing. Well, she's separated. That's all right. All we needed mainly was those first two. We'll get rivets in those. What the hell am I doing? If it is Shane, then I'll have a whole different conversation. I don't know what that means. Pretty fly, that's pretty fucking stupid. Of course, I'm sure nothing will come of it. They probably won't do shit to him for it. It seems to be the way our justice system works nowadays. Unfortunately. All right, let's stop there, get the knife back in it. Actually get the knife untaped, then back in it. It's always my least favorite part, untaping it. I can never get it off in one piece. I'll say that, this is the most luck I've had yet. Huh, maybe I will. Look at there. That's all it took. Let's say it never happens. Put another rivet in there, see how tight she gets. Well, don't we wish it was that easy? So far, so good. I'll go drill these other two holes. Almost forgot that part. I wish my fingers worked better. In case you guys are wondering what I use, guys, that's literally just a little, I think it's right around $10 Kydex rivet arbor off of Amazon. They make much better, I'm sure, but that's what I've got for the time being. So far, so good. Got a little shaping to do, but it didn't stick to it and stab me in the hand like a jackwolf sheath does. Not near as pretty either, though. I'm not using the carbide end bit. It's the only hammer I've got over here. I try to use your stuff, but you keep toting it off like it belongs to you. Probably because it does. Probably because it's your shit. That makes sense. Oh, that wasn't me. That was Kyle. My bad. If I tear that hammer up, hammering in brass rivets, we got issues anyway. Gotta take a little more off the mouth right there. Just a hair. Let's see what that did. Nice. Good retention. Nice hard pop. That'll soften up over time, but I'd rather it be stiff now, soften up later. I'm gonna take a little more off this bottom. Got a little excess down here. Save a little space. I already know what Chap's gonna say when he gets it. How do I attach it to my belt? That sucker won't like the fact that he's got to get his own attachment. It is what it is. It's done. I'm happy with that. That was really all I had to get done tonight. So we'll go over here and sit down and talk at y'all for a minute. And yes, I got Kydex dust in my eye because I wasn't wearing glasses. Give me a good old spit bottle. I want to turn this bathroom light on. Make it have a damn conniption fit. I don't even know why I put a light in there. You don't like nobody turning it on. Actually, he don't like people leaving it on. But this is my live stream. I can say whatever I want. Whew, me. Sorry. Damn, did I zoom in? Didn't realize I did that. Aiden's in here. Neil McKenzie. DB Cooper. Will I show you that blade? I sure will, DB Cooper. Hang on. I'd love to make more of those. You know, I'd need some motivation. You know, people wanting them. Yeah, hang on. Damn, every time I touch the phone, it tries to do something. This is a big ass knife. What's up, Bugsy? The blade was a lot prettier than that. It's got a little, I got a little Kydex residue on it. Taking it in out of that sheath. So what you guys been up to? What's exciting going on in y'all's life? Yeah, it's a full flat grind, and it's not 1/8 inch. It's just a step below that, so it should be plenty slicey, and it's in Nitro V, so it still should be plenty tough. I know, Aiden. I know. I'm just I've been practicing at it, and I'm not making your tanto until you're not getting it until I'm really comfortable with it and happy with it. Ryan, it's not. It's a little different from the Heathen. I don't have a Heathen here to show, but it's a little bit different. It's basically the same blade shape. The handle's a little different though. I'm almost done with my divorce and buying a house. Man, that's a rough time, buddy. We're just hanging out. Cole, what are you up to, buddy? I had a little work I had to get done tonight, and I didn't get it done today. So I headed over here to knock it out. There's old Mark Parks. Wonder if I can get y'all on the television where I can see a little better. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, Michael Upchurch, I hope this is hope that's a new beginning for you, buddy. Hope that works out. Divorces are rough, man, but I don't think they're near as rough as being in a marriage that doesn't make your life better. I hung around in one way too long. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this TV. It keeps coming on and going right back off. Just playing with my Blast Knives Newt. That's awesome, man. Still waking up for the day. Cole, I know that feeling, man. It still messes with me somewhat. Waking up. The sun's about to go down. Man, what the hell's wrong with this TV? I can't get so much to come on. You know where little Jimmy went after he got lost in a minefield? Everywhere. I think minefields are one of the things that need to be banned from warfare, in all honesty. The millions of injuries that happen all over the world years later, it's kind of sad. Ah, finally I got it. See if I can get this on the TV. Maybe I can read it better. I'm on Riley's account. I'm sure Riley gets tired of turning her YouTube on and finding all this stupid knife content. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty fly. It's I mean, there's still people getting blown up from landmines from World War II, man. That's insane. Well, I've got the screen on. Let's see if the chat pops up. It says connected, but it ain't popped up there yet. It's kind of warm in here. It's surprising how warm it is tonight. I ain't even looked at the weather, but Alabama's it's already pretty muggy at night here. Still no chat up there. Oh, there it goes. Stupid knife content. You must mean Marty. That's funny. Oh, let's see if I can get. Hang on, let me change my setup a little bit. Yeah, it's humid here too, Richard. I'm uh I'm steamy just sitting here, man. Just sitting here in a chair. Pretty steamy. I have my fans on in my shop and AC running in the office. Yep, I'm here now. You at the shop now? What are you working on, Ryan? I think it's supposed to rain all week. Well, that sucks. Got Kydex dust all over my face. You doing work or are you hobbying? Just gonna make y'all motion sick watching me rock in this chair. Just watching me. You have to go to the shop to do that so your wife don't have to hear it. Ryan's gonna join us here soon. I'm gonna get him on a live kind of. It'd be nice if he could do it from the shop, show us kind of some of the stuff he's working on. Hopefully Ellis is in there trying to build a better personality for himself. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Kathleen, I'm glad you could join us. I hope you get better soon, ma'am. It's dry as a well digger's tit here. Love me some Arizona lack of humidity. Louisiana is a whole lot of ass. You're right, go. Yeah, you get kind of used to it. You know, the only advantage is when you're riding down the road with the windows down, that humid air does help to cool you off if you don't have air conditioning. Other than that, it's not good for shit. It's just a sweaty, miserable existence. It's eerily quiet out here. Are you in North Carolina, Aiden? Is that where you're at? I'm assuming since you said that you are. You up here close to Microtech? Aren't they in North Carolina? South Carolina? Well, I think it's North Carolina. Microtech's in. A lot of knife makers in that area. I did too, Kyle. For some reason, I've always thought Aiden was out west, like Arizona or something. I don't know why I thought that. 2 hours from Microtech. Microtech is in Asheville. Okay. Feels good in Indiana right now, 70 degrees with a nice breeze. It's probably about like that here outside. I think it's just muggy in the shop. Richard, you just vacation up there? You got a home up there too? I've always wanted to visit Montana. I've flown over and drove through, but I haven't spent much time in the Midwest. Yeah. You hated everything but the food in Louisiana? That makes sense. Kyle, I don't know what the hell you just spelled, but tell us you've never been to North, whatever that is. Yeah, it's the crack of the East, right? I just had a stroke. I did too, right? Been raining all day. Where are you at, Malcolm? Truck campers are home away from our main house in Louisiana. We'll be traveling for 5 6. Heck yeah, man, that's the life right there. I'd love to have a good truck camper. I could travel, stay extended periods of time in. Iowa, about 5 miles from OCD. Oh, okay. So you live out there close to Honest Outlaw too. You're 100% right, Ryan. Alabama weather is drunk. You never know. We'll have to have sleet again next week. Hard to say. I've noticed, Malcolm, a lot of YouTubers are starting to migrate towards Honest Outlaws shooting range. I wonder if that has to do with, if that's related to Demolition Ranch kind of shutting things down. They're looking for a new place to film and do their shooting at. I saw a video recently of, I know Pewview's been out there a lot, but Fat Electrician, some other guys have been out there on his range. You work at, what do you do, Richard? I had a buddy of mine that was a union welder. He made about $150,000 a year. Could have made a lot more, but he refused to work during the summer because he hated being too hot. So he would take jobs where it wasn't too hot, and in summertime he'd just ride his Harley for about 4 months to avoid having to weld in the sweltering heat. A lot of people give him shit about it because he could have made so much more money, but like he said, he'd rather be happy than make that extra money. Graphic designer and landscape photographer, cool. Sounds like a cool gig. Can you do your graphic design from your truck camper? Is that a thing? No, with all this new satellite internet and all that stuff, it's allowing people to travel around from their home jobs, which is awesome. Wish I could escape the heat. Bugsy, I don't typically connect Jersey with the heat, but I guess it does get hot up there too. Too many layers to be welding pipes, and yeah, you're right, Aiden. You are still in Jersey, right, Bugsy? I think the hottest temperature I've ever experienced was, I think it was 118. That was in San Joaquin Valley in California. We were working in 118-degree weather. It sucked. However, it was dry heat, so you could get in the shade and it actually felt like the temperature dropped. Drip drop hydration packets are great for the heat, is what I use. And they work and taste great. Must have looked like a rotisserie chicken, Jay. Yeah. 120 in Phoenix. It's weird though, because I was in the military when that happened, and like when it would get over a certain temperature, they would run a red flag up the flagpole that meant light duty for everybody on base. You weren't allowed to do anything laborious outside except for us. Ours was the only unit that it didn't apply to. We had to work in it anyway. Well, they say that, Ryan, and you're probably right. You feel it more because of humidity, but like out there, you would sweat and it would dry so fast that like you wouldn't get all wet and clammy. So the dehydration would sneak up on you much faster, it seemed like. Malcolm, I did too. Um, and I don't know if you had this experience, but since I had my heat stroke, it's like I don't sense extremes as much as I used to. Like I don't, like my body can't tell that it's super hot. Yeah, Kyle, you're right. You don't have to pee near as much in dry heat. And I was out there in the late 80s, early 90s. I don't know if they still are, but swamp coolers were a big deal out there. Like very few of our buildings had air conditioning in them. They had swamp coolers, and it did help. I mean, it was definitely cooler in there. You a roofer, Bugsy, or you just work on roofs? Yeah, I don't remember feeling that like here as a kid. I remember walking outside in the summer, and the humidity would actually sting you. Like it was a stinging sensation. I didn't feel that so much out in the desert. Right, Mark, you're sweating. It just dries so quickly. Your clothes don't get damp. We have AC now. Well, Todd Carr, we hit that all the time. Well, it's usually like 95 with 100% humidity or whatever. It's rough. Hats off to all these beautiful Southern women that somehow managed to keep it together. They somehow managed to walk around looking beautiful as ever. It's humid as hell. But you know, their basic high humidity, high heat summer clothing is unbuttoned, cut off blue jean shorts and a bikini top. So Hannah Barron's a fine example of that. She wears that a lot. Aiden, you're 100% right, dude. Sundresses do something to me, dude. Absolutely love a pretty sundress. Todd, it's crazy the money that's made. I watched a video today on like the 50 dumbest inventions that made millions. It's just stupid how much money you can make off of sundresses and a crooked tooth. You're right, Crispy. Don't get me wrong now. I don't want them all jacked. I just like when one of them canines is just It's just got about a 15-degree turn to it. It drives me crazy. Yeah. That video is covering like how many millions of dollars the Live Strong bracelets made, and those wacky wall walkers. That guy made millions and millions of dollars that invented that thing. You know, at 25 cents a piece. It's crazy. And it's like every year somebody comes up with something new that that makes millions and millions of dollars. And a woman that can kick your ass. Yeah. You'd be surprised, dude. There's some tough women down here. I don't know if it's everywhere, but yeah, I like them a little bit scary. For those of you who don't make videos, I wish y'all knew how awkward this actually is. You're just sitting looking at yourself on screen. Nobody's talking back to you. Yeah, Bugsy, the pet rock was one of them. He sold those things for $5 a piece and sold like 10 million of them. And he literally just picked up rocks, put them in a box. I don't know if you know it, but it's came back. The pet rock has, but now they just hot glue a USB port to it. It doesn't do anything, but because it has a USB port, people bought it. I usually say no to women who have facial. I ain't down with no facial hair, though. Sea monkeys, that's a, yep. The chia pet. It is awkward feeling, Ryan, for sure. Very awkward feeling. Yeah. The like people who live stream them like video gaming and stuff. I think I can see where that would be a lot easier to do because they're doing something. But I disagree, Todd. I turned down some of that in Tijuana. I still have to have that visual of a beautiful woman for it to work, or at least a semi-hot chick for it to work. Gosh, she's 6'3", about 270. Yeah, you better. I bet she keeps you in line, Homer. Toddy is Canada's glory hole present. Bugsy, I didn't schedule a live. wasn't sure if I was going to do it, and I had to be at the shop, so I just turned the camera on while I was here. I ain't gonna be on a whole lot longer. I feel bad when I don't go live and people are sitting there waiting. Dressed head is off the table, Shane. I don't know what that means. Oh, diseased head. My bad. The TV's a little far away. Cheers from Canada. Well, cheers to you, Jeremy. 2-4. I'm kind of curious what the 2-4 means, but it's always interesting to see people show up from other places. And I wonder how people stumble across this. Like you're just scrolling through your shorts feed and you see some fat bald headed guy sitting in a recliner in the middle of a shop. I don't know what makes people stop, but the day is okay, half empty. It's been better. Let me know when you get your knife in empty. I'm glad I've got that thing shipped out. You at least have your first one in the next day or two. I think it's supposed to be there tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, man, I need you on Sundays. Do you know how boring it is to do water changes on 25 fish tanks. I can imagine. Oh, you recognize the shirt, Empty? Yeah, that's my Killdozer t-shirt from SOE. Where are you rapping from? Well, I'm in Alabama. And happy Easter to you too. There's old Brian F. And Brian F. really got me excited. Send me those videos of those handle scales. They look really good. Kyle had a meeting already. Memos, Rolodex. Get some admission to any place. Jeremy, that's Grizzly Wintergreen Longfoot. I am embarrassingly addicted to nicotine. Like I can't go 5 minutes without nicotine, but I get sick of dipping. So now I vape in between dips. Super unhealthy, I'm sure. You chew 5 cans a day, Homer? I dip about a can every other day. I used to dip a can a day. The vapes let me back off some, but I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. And I don't know much about Z-Max. I've seen it, but I don't know a whole lot about it. I've been dipping for 40 years. Yeah. I haven't quite that long, but I've dipped on and off since I was 15 years old. 3 dips in a can. See, I especially can't enjoy it if I pack too much. It's like if I put a big, huge dip in, I don't know. I can't get flavor out of it. Homer gonna have his ass cheeked for a lip suit. Kyle keeps speaking of power. Where's our favorite pirate? Our pirate hasn't been very active lately. I spoke to him, I don't know, somewhere around a week ago. He'd been out camping with the boys, which is good. I'm as much as I enjoy him in the live streams, I'm glad he's getting them kids out and enjoying nature. Cut back to a can a day. Yeah, I get angry and mean when I don't have. Shane, I've got Stevie's material set up. Parts of the. Hang on, I can't see it. Can't see it there either. Translucent and glow shines through it in dark. I sent you a video. I hadn't seen that, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. Jake, I have an extremely big neck. You're exactly right, buddy. Large neck, large head, tiny wiener. It's the curse I was born with. Reminds you of Jelly Roll? I ain't quite as big as Jelly Roll. Of course, I ain't seen him lately. I heard he's lost a bunch of weight, but never trust him with 2 first names. Yeah. You know, this whole Jelly Roll phenomenon, man, I'm a way bigger fan of Jelly Roll than I am his music. Like, I'll be honest, his music annoys me sometimes. But I'm a fan of him and his story and, you know, what he's trying to do for people and all that stuff. But I'm ever since that Somebody Saved Me, that was probably the last song that I would actually choose to listen to. You know what I mean? Like actually search it on YouTube and watch it and listen to it, and watch the video. Since then, I just is Kunli a first name? A lot of messages tonight popping up over there. It's a nice shop, Jeremy, but it's not mine. It's my brother from another mother's. He allows me to work here, so I'm extremely blessed. I have way more and way nicer shop than I deserve or need. But it's a long way from his 20-minute freestyle. Yeah, you're talking about his music. You're right, ain't you? I'm hooked on 501 Bryce. I don't know why, but I like that kid's music. I think it's because it's not mumble rap. I can actually understand what he's saying, and it's all kind of redneck relative. So, no, I don't sleep here. I have a home, but this big recliner's here because I have, well, I use it because I have health issues and I have to take a break every now and then. So it's nice to have somewhere comfortable to do it. But my buddy's wife is the one that brought it here. They hang out here a lot. Yeah, Ryan, that's how I discovered him was with Jam Wayne. Yeah. You hung around the bars in Gadsden long enough. You probably got a Jam Wayne story yourself. I called him and let him know that his music video got my YouTube page shut down. You're a goo man? Okay. Whatever that means. I do several before the bars too. Yeah. Jamin's a damn local legend for sure. Jake, typically when you come on here, I'm grinding, making knives, but I did what I had to do tonight. I just thought I'd hang out for a few minutes and see what the chat was up to. Oh, I got you. I used to work out with Jamin at Gold's Gym, but Jamin did. It's amazing he's in the shape that he's in because he did more rapping and talking than he did working out. Yeah, I've seen Jamin knock a bunch of people out cold, and many of them for no reason. Now, Ryan, that's not it at all, dude. My scale guy is not my issue. My health is my issue. I wish I could work more often than I do. The most I ever attempted to bench press, Paul, was 315. I was never I never concerned myself with extremely heavy weights. I just I typically worked out with 235 mostly and a lot of reps. I always wanted usable strength, not. Yeah, Jamin will get you in trouble, dude. A night out with Jamin will get you in trouble, make you some enemies, all that good stuff. Daniel Berry Sports highlights. Happy Easter to you too, buddy. My max is 250. I'm not saying I could have gone over that, but I tried it one time, got it up a couple times. I used to be extremely strong in my legs, though. Cena did it. What'd Cena do? You're right, Homer. And my joints, I've always had issues. I used to do a lot of semi-professional arm wrestling, and I won't arm wrestle at all now. I can arm wrestle one time, and I won't be able to use. I won't hardly be able to move my arms for 10, 14 days. Every time I do it, I tear that tendon in my elbow or in the bend of my arm. Said Stevie, and he's robbing Marty. 17-time world champ. Only thing I've ever been a world champ at was I was a neck row champion and hot wing eating champion. Yeah, that's the only awards I've ever won. That I ever wanted to be strong so that so I could hit a motherfucker. And I realized that the bigger them biceps get, the more swole you get, the less effective you are at throwing a punch. So I was never interested. Cause the ball gargle champ. Oh, did he? I forgot WrestleMania was tonight. I thought he'd retired. I didn't even know he was back. But I heard a lot of wrestlers talk about John Cena. The question was about, an interview I watched was about Brock Lesnar's strength. And the answer was the strongest man in the WWE is by far is John Cena. I remember watching an old documentary when John Cena was still trying to make it. He was Sub-Zero. You remind me of a corporal in the U.S. Marines back in 1992. We ran and trained together as a unit, trained by U.S. and Canadian instructors. Southern boys were like our perfect neighbors. I was in the military, but I wasn't a Marine. I was in the Navy. I was a CB. You're right, Ryan. He's lost that belt 16 times. Yeah, Aiden, I'm glad you brought that up because I was always curious about that. You know, that Mark Henry holds all those world records, and all those guys said that John Cena was the strongest man in the WWE. Maybe they forgot about Mark Henry or shut it, Ryan. Did you watch WrestleMania, Stevie? Did you buy the pay-per-view? Or is it still on pay-per-view? I don't even know how it works anymore. I'd do all the roids if I could look like John Cena. Problem, Maddie, is you can do all the roids and not look like John Cena. You have to do all the roids and still push through all the pain because building muscle requires you to tear it and it to heal back, and then you tear it again and it heal back. That's how they grow. It's all part of. Oh, it was 2 nights. You got both nights. It was great. I didn't realize how big an event WrestleMania is, but like a lot of your indie promotions travel to wherever WrestleMania is, and they do like little independent shows that weekend too. So, like, you could fill the entire weekend with wrestling. There's wrestling going on somewhere in that town, all hours of the day and night. Yeah, Ryan, I know a lot of people that did steroids and they just got fat. Yeah. And then I know some people who did steroids and got fat and extremely strong. I've always loved the guys that don't look like they would be a badass. You know, like Roy Nelson, or right here in Gadsden, Ricky Gladden. Ricky Gladden don't look like much. Just looks like a loudmouth fat guy. God, he's wrecked so many people, man. Shane must have torn his neck a shit ton of times. It's the hardest neck in WWE. Now that's just fat. I'm gonna tap out Shane after Steve's comment. He's done. Rey Mysterio. I still say there's never been a better wrestler than Rob Van Dam. RVD was the best technical wrestler I've ever watched. Corn Maze neck tat. I have a couple of neck tats. I had compass on one side, anchor on the other, and WCL on the back of my head. The WCL one I kind of regret a little bit. Like when my grandkids ask me, "What's WCL mean, Papa?" It's a little embarrassing. But it's there. It's there forever. We carry lunch? No. It's it was kind of an inside joke at the tattoo parlor I worked at. Everybody that came to work there kind of had normal lives. And once you worked there a while, it all seemed to fall apart. You lost everything. So somebody came up with the idea of WCL for world class loser. And you had to earn it. And it was one of those hand me down tattoos, like, you know, once you got it, it was yours to give away after that. And you had to wait until somebody came along that fucked their life up enough to deserve it, and you gave it to them. Then it was up to them to pass it on to the next person. It sounds better than we can't lose. Yeah. We can click liquor. That's a good one. World class loser. Who comes last? That's never me, Kyle. It's always a race, dude. Just like NASCAR. We start at the same time. If I finish before you do, that's your fault. Well, how many you want to regret that tattoo? Well, like I said, it's just a little hard to explain to the grandkids when they ask what it means. Actually, the tattoo I regret more than that one. I still love the tattoo, but I regret it because of the placement, because I can't think of anything decent to put around it. And that's my my flaming crankbait. That's a bomber flat A with hot rod flames on the side of it. And I've never been able to. Man, that thing looks old and tired too, but I guess it should be by now. But anyway, I've I've thought many a time about adding something to it, and I just haven't been able to come up with anything creative. My very first tattoo was this Veritas Equitas cross on my other arm, but you're a flaming bait crank.
That is a love of fishing I don't have. I used to love the bass fishing. Meathead's the one that got me into bass fishing. I'll never forget our first trip, dude. He took me out on his boat. Actually, I think it was his pawpaw's boat at the time. And he was trying to teach me how to use a bait caster. I'd never used a bait caster. And, he was being uh, really nice about it. And, he's trying to teach me, man, when he's like, you're jerking it, you're trying to throw it. He's like, it's, it's got to be like an extension of your arm, fluidity and smooth and all this stuff. And after about 2 hours, I got it. And then, I started catching more fish than him that day. Like I started wearing him out, and then I started teaching him, and he did not think it was funny. Every time I'd catch a fish, I'd be like, "It's, it's like an extension of your arm, meathead. You got to be smooth." Boy, he was mad. Oh hell no! Your hairline is deep fried. Is that what it says? I don't know. My hairline's been like this since I was 20. But that wasn't the time I pissed him off the worst. After I got okay at it, we went fishing one morning. I remember there was fog on the water, man. It was beautiful. It was gonna be a great day of fishing. And I had a broke back. Oh, what's that thing called? A broke back jerk bait. I was trying to cast on a medium heavy rod, which was a mistake. I didn't know enough at the time to know which rod to pick to throw what bait. And it just kept landing like 6 feet out in front of the boat, and I was getting mad. Man, I drawed back and I slung that son bitch. I mean, just as hard as I could possibly sling it. And again, it fell right in front of my feet. But while I was slinging it, I heard a noise. I didn't realize that Meathead had got down out of his seat and was in the bottom of the boat changing his lure. And I hit him in the side of the head with that crankbait. And the hooks dug in and caught his skull and I'd slung it so hard that when they dug into his skull, it actually straightened the hooks. And I remember when the lure hit the water, I just heard Meathead go, ah! That's the exact sound he made. It was just, ah! And I turned around, and he used to wear this green boonie hat all the time, most especially when we fished. And it had already turned brown. The blood was just soaking through it. And he just looked at me and he's like, am I all right? And I'm like, yeah, man, you're good. It's just a scratch. And all throughout the day, I kept looking over at him. There was just blood running down his neck. I could see it like when his shirt would come up. I could see it running off his rib cage into his pants. And I was like, Meathead, we may already call it a day, buddy. And he's like, yeah, I think I might need to go to the emergency. He was literally he was getting dizzy. He had bled for so long. But and then he wouldn't take me fishing for a long time after that. So I had to call his pawpaw, tell him how mean Meathead was being to me, not taking me fishing no more. And pawpaw got onto him, so he had to start taking me fishing again. He still got that crankbait. He literally grabbed my line, pulled it up out of the water, and cut it off. Last time I saw it, it was mounted on like a little wooden plaque. He still got it. Oh, Hummer, I have, but it wasn't my arm. It was Meathead's arm. Yeah. He made the same mistake of taking his ex-wife fishing, and she hooked him right in the sweetmeat. 3 of the hooks buried in, all the way past the barb. And he called me. I was at work. I literally grabbed a razor blade, some alcohol wipes, and a pair of Knipex pliers, and went to the boat dock. And there was no backing them out. I couldn't get them to back out. So I had to grab the hook with the Nip-X pliers and roll it to get the point to break through the skin and come out the other side. And I cut the eyelets off with a pair of Nip-X cutters so I could just feed them the rest of the way through. He passed out twice on me. We had to pin him against the truck because he passed. The whole time I was begging him, I was like, man, please just go to the emergency room, get these taken out. But he wouldn't do it. He's like, fuck no, get them, take them out. So I did it. He went down twice. Like I said, we pinned him against the truck, literally gained consciousness, and I just went back to work. And trust me, dude, I hate it. Well, I didn't hate it as much as he did, but I hated it. I did not want to have to do that. But yeah, it sucked. And you'd be shocked, dude, how much a razor sharp hook, how much it will, like how far his skin poked out. Like it would come out 1.5 inches and it just would not break through. It wouldn't pop through. So I'd get it pushed way out there where I could see the point and take the razor blade and have to cut his skin to get it to let go where the hook would come through. Whew. Call me has a lot of things. He ain't no sissy. I promise you, man. That dude's tough as a damn pine knot. Because I couldn't have done it. I'd have been at the hospital begging for pain meds and oh, it was rough. And as much as I like inflicting pain on him, I did not enjoy it that time. That was not fun. Didn't like it at all. Man, that boy's been through some shit, man. Mostly because one of us is a really poor decision maker and the other one supports whatever decision we make. So he needs to go along for it. You're right, Aiden. He should fish by himself for sure. Yeah. No doubt about that. My cousin ran a snapping turtle gig rod to his foot. God. See, to be honest with you, Homer, those are some of the reasons why I'm not interested in getting back into fishing. I got really lucky that I never got it bad. But back then, the thought of some pain didn't bother me that much. But now, I can't stand the thought of mild discomfort, much less pain. So if you fish long enough, it's going to happen. I've told y'all the story of the most painful thing I've ever experienced, though. That was that whole third testicle story. I ain't got time to tell it tonight, but I guess it's been long enough. I need to tell it again soon. There's a lot of new people in here who haven't heard it. But that trip to the emergency room was the most painful thing I've ever experienced. I don't remember it. I'll tell it again soon, Paul. But I'm not going to be here much longer, and it's kind of a long story, so I'll tell it. Yeah. It's been a few years since I told it. I don't think you were around back then. Let's just say this. It was not a third testicle. Thought it was, but it was not. Hearing that story is one of the most painful things I've ever been through. It's bad, man. Oh, I remember when I came out of the room, they took me back out to the lobby so I could go home. My wife was sitting there. She was just pale. And she was like, I could hear you all the way across the hospital. Like I was on one side of the hospital, she was on the other. Everybody in the hospital heard me. I've never screamed that loud. God, it was horrible. We'll go over that again. I am kind of, I'll be honest with you guys, as far as the live streams go, I'm having a hard time getting motivated to do them. And, you know, there's been a lot of stuff recently, you know, just drama stuff that I don't want to talk about that, it's just not, I don't want to say it's not healthy for me, but it's not impacting my life in a positive way. And, so for a little while, I've got to kind of remove myself from some of it. But, yeah, I do kind of want to get back to the storytelling, slightly more positive side of things. You ever dose some speed? I've tried just about every drug there is other than fentanyl and heroin, but yeah, I've tried some speed. I don't approve any of it. Sounds like the guy who swear to take a shit in the woods directly over a bear trap. I got a shitting in the woods story too, but it don't involve a bear trap. Do you dose speed? Is that your thing, Christian? Is that what you like to do? Shane on speed is still most people's half pace. My brother would argue about that. He was there. He saw it. He's like, I ain't never seen you move that much or that fast. I changed the clutch in a Toyota 4-wheel drive pickup truck in 45 minutes. That's literally 45 minutes from the time I picked up the first wrench to pulling it out of the shop. What are woods? That's a good question, Manny. I know you don't have a whole lot of woods out there where you're at, but woods is, you know, that's southern for the forest, you know, a patch of land full of trees. But my algorithm recently popped up a video about Arizona, and man, there's some beautiful stuff out there, dude. Some absolutely beautiful landscapes in Arizona, even though y'all don't have any woods. Oh. Anyway, I'm fixing to call it a night, guys. Like I said, I wasn't really planning on doing a live stream, but I had stuff I needed to get done while I was here. I figured I'd turn the camera on, but yeah. Arizona used to be pretty, then Marty and Neil moved there. Oh, the good old days. Yeah. But happy Easter, guys, and I appreciate y'all stopping by. You know, like I said, I'm not, hey, I just saw that. Hang on, I'll show y'all something. I didn't realize me had mounted my picture. Let me get up and show y'all. Some of you have already seen it. That's my, if I can find it, my autographed picture of Butterbean from the Squidbillies. I got that when I met Butterbean and got my picture taken with him. Anyway, night, y'all. It was fun. See y'all soon.